What's going on, man?
Blessed.
Blessed and highly favored. It's a wonderful day to buy some Omari coin.
Always. It's always a good day, especially with this. The market is bloody, people. So, I mean, even when we're recording on March 7th, but even if you're watching this probably within this week, it still should be bloody.
Facts. So, speaking of market, the Spotify stock has hit its lowest price since March of 2020. Can the shares rebound? What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, this is not just Spotify, but I'm going to pull up a chart for TradingView. All right, so in this article, their low was $135, they were saying, or 134.09. Today it's lower, it's 132.85. So that is when it took a dip, when everything took a dip during the first outbreak of COVID. They looked like it hit a low of about 110-ish. Things are getting kind of towards there right now. Their high during the peak was around 384. So that's a heavy drop. The goal of trading and trying to get into different companies is you want to align yourself with a company that you think will grow. You like their plan, you like their organization. But like I said before, Spotify, this is not just about the war in Ukraine. It's not just about any controversy. I don't think personally that they've been innovating, like I've said. Especially in today's market, like if you're not one of those top people, like you look at something called a drawdown, meaning like if you look at a company when it reaches a new high, like what percentage does it drop? There's gonna very, very, very few companies, like when they reach their new high, they're just gonna keep going higher.
Right.
And so for this, this big of a drawdown, that is concerning. Because it's not like they're, with crypto at least, like with Rallycoin. You can look at a drawdown like that, but you know that they're releasing supply. So it would make sense that the price is going to go down because the people who are staking their coin and getting the dividends of it are essentially the ones that, even if the coin goes down in price, you can still be up in value,
right?
USD value. Spotify is not releasing more supply. This is just, hey, this was the supply and it still dropped this much.
Wow.
So I would not buy it right now. I mean, I'd buy it for short term. But, we don't give financial advice. There are nice disclaimer here. This is for education purposes only. But I would maybe buy it for a short term swing or something. I'm not buying Spotify for a long term unless I hear an announcement that they're really looking into Web3 stuff. Yeah, I'm not going after Spotify stock. I mean, unless you're gonna go for some like oil stuff right now, or maybe gold, or something like that, pretty much everything I'm seeing is just bloody in this market. Bloody means that it's red, and things are red whenever they're going down in price.
Right.
Green, they're going up in price. Bullish, red going down in price. Bearish. So what does that mean for artists and Spotify? Like we've said before, you need to start looking for Web3 solutions of, hey, who's doing something innovative for artists? Because like we've been saying this even before Web3 was really talked about, all like that.
Right.
You can't have all your revenue coming from streaming services.
Right.
You don't set the price of that. That's not sustainable, especially for indie artists. So who's to say that Spotify doesn't drop their streaming rates again?
Yeah.
You are not in control of that. And when companies don't treat their clients right, they do stuff like that all the time. Like Facebook does stuff like that all the time. And it's like a necessary evil kind of. Like we tell people like, hey, spend money on Facebook, Instagram. I would say YouTube and Google. They don't do as much shady stuff. I'll say that. I'll give them that. They typically, like, even though they're still, influence some, they do a better job than most, I'll say, on YouTube and the Google side than most of like the big tech.
Yeah.
But as for like what are artists supposed to do, I would still focus more heavily on the YouTube and Google side, like we've been saying. Even though we still probably get, I haven't looked at the numbers recently, but we still probably get most of our orders for Spotify. I would advise people, you're ordering music promotion from us, or getting any of our services, I say shift a little bit more towards YouTube. YouTube has proven itself over time to be like, hey, this one might not have like the craziest growth on your channel. Like a TikTok you'll blow up on TikTok overnight.
Right.
YouTube may not do that, but like when you get steady on YouTube, like you get steady.
Right.
Like
right.
YouTube is a very, it's one, Google's one that, I don't see just like crashing like that. They have too much. Their advertising platform, they treat their people better than Facebook and Instagram does, just to be honest with you guys. We've spent millions and millions of dollars on both, talked to many representatives. YouTube treats their people better.
Wow.
They just do. Now, it doesn't mean you don't ever run ads for Spotify playlisting or Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or whatever, but it just means you allocate more of your money towards this over here. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, it's good stuff.